Alright, that might have fixed it. If all else fails, unplug it and plug it back in and hope for the best. Yeah, that appears to be working. Weird. Okay. I guess that's all it was. Well, welcome back. Sorry about that delay. Why is it not getting back there? Okay, that seems to have fixed it. Open, store. Open, load pattern, boom, boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom. Open. And then we'll make these solid orange. Set fill color 239. Boom. And boom. All right. That is Gumi. She is looking completely ready to go. Toggle gear. Toggle gear. And let's see. Engineer cap 37. Don't know why I can't seem to... There we go. Boom. Can I move you? Thank. Ugh. There we go. All right. Staff. Engineers. At 15, we are there. Let's get this over here. Budget. Okay. Now that is not going to be able to be built for a while, but we do have that where we at least can build it pretty soon. All right. Ow. Oh, scheiße. I kind of have a direction I would like to take the rockets in, but I don't know how much that really dictates our early rockets. I just know what my first orbital launcher, I would like that to be. Year 3, day 34. Okay. Okay. I want to hire more researchers, but let's not for right now. Let's build just a V2 missile with the parts that we have, and after we're done with that, we'll probably get some new applicants. But yeah, basically I'm following a similar-ish path in this save, in that I would like our first kind of real good launcher to be a Soyuz analog. We're gonna launch Blahaj as our first satellite as well. So yeah. Okay. 1.5, 1.31. Honestly, I feel like that might be enough in terms of avionics. Yes. All right, cool. We'll put that there then. What is your rated burn time, buddy? 110. Okay. All right. Okay. And then we'll put some all moving tips on the end. 135. We'll do 120. Okay. Let's see. I like the idea of keeping the Blahaj like naming scheme, and this looks like a fish to me, so it will be the goldfish or the guldfisk. We can make it kind of goldfish colored. Yeah, something like that. Let's put Fox Lukewarm on. Yeah. think that's it. Default editor. Open. Boom, boom. And let's see. We'll do it like this, right? Oh, that changed the pattern. I want like black, yeah. All right. This thing is a little ridiculous. But I like it. It's funny looking. Structural. Small Apollo clamp should be plenty. All right, let's see if we can get this thing well and truly past the Kármán line. I reckon we can. I don't reckon we're gonna have any real difficulty doing that. But yeah. Guldfisk. I think that's a very cute name for our little sounding rockets. Oh. IKEA is Swedish, yes. Okay, cool. Just making sure I didn't assume it was a European country that it was not. Good Lord. You'd think with how much coffee I've had that I would be awake. Oh well. I can always have more, I guess. Well, not always, but I think I would be okay to have more. Let me rephrase. Okay. Okay. I think we should have plenty of Delta V to get ourselves past the Carmen line. At the very least. Whoa. All right. Fox lukewarm. My God. OBS warning me that my FPS is dropping. Like, that's not on OBS's end. That's the 128K textures speaking. That's Fox destroying my computer, not stream. All right. I'm gonna even turn on moderation, and I want to see if this thing can steer itself to something recoverable. It really wants to go this way. Okay. Probably not going to be recoverable. That's okay. All right. Revert to VAB. I think that we have a working sounding rocket. Brilliant. All right. I mean, it's a V2. It's not a marvel of RP-1 design, but it works. It does the job, and it looks pretty good doing it. So, Goldfisk will be our first sounding rocket. SRLC1? I'll do SLC for sounding rocket and then OLC for orbital rocket once we get there. All right, build, and we are good to go. When is that done? 80 days. Okay, that's not bad. Wonder if that is based on assigned versus unassigned engineers. No, doesn't appear to be. Okay, cool. Well, save, leave. We'll time warp until that's done, and then we'll launch our first sounding rocket. I might put some science equipment on there. That might be good, if we have any. But yeah, I think that's like more than adequate. How's everybody doing on this wonderful Saturday afternoon? I'm gonna turn on the lights. Maybe that'll wake me up. Uh-oh. What was that? Ah. That would be my webcam. I'll hook that up later. But yeah, how's everybody doing? I am planning on streaming for at least a couple hours today. My hope is that I will stream until about 5 or 6. So that's going to be 4 more hours? We could probably get a good bit done. All right. And we'll drop a quick save. We'll warp to this being done. And yeah. Okay. So I do need to check with Fox and see if RSS date time formatter is compatible. Because right now it just says year 1, and that's not... I don't love that. It's 1949, I think, is when you start RP-1. Might be 1950, but either way. I would like to know what actual time it is. Alright. Yeah, it's gonna cost like 15k to tool this. Are we gonna launch this that often? My god, 2 years to fucking integrate this thing. Oh. That cannot be right. That can't be right. Construction, staff. Yeah, everybody's on this launch complex. What is our maximum staffing of this complex? 77. Okay, we're pretty much there. Is it because of this? Yes, objectively. That is completely fine. Yeah, that is completely fine. I'm gonna even 1.5, 1.31. I'm gonna set this to a hollow cone. 5, 1.31. Okay. Honestly, 2 hours is probably good. Current 157 days. That is significantly more like it. Right. Tool it. Tool it. Let's see. What do we have in terms of science? Thermometer, barometer, early film camera. Configure experiments. Thermometer and barometer. Okay. Just set those to already be running. Camera. Where are we putting this? Payload? Payload. Payload adapter. Probably want an interstage adapter, right? Or even like a boat tail. Let's do a boat tail. Let's try and recover this thing proper. 1.5. Okay. 1.5. 1.5. Pretty small. And open store. Boom, boom. Open, load. Fairing decoupler off. This one, remove from symmetry on. Okay. All right. And then we're gonna put some parachutes there. Oh, right. This needs to be show parachute editor. I forgot they moved this here. Current material nylon. Okay, that looks like it's all good. Okay. All right. Why is this only partially used? Okay. I think this fits. Added Goldfisk to the integration. Okay. I do want to give this one more test just since we have modified it somewhat. I don't reckon that has impacted its ability to work, but I want to make sure it doesn't work too well and we lose the camera. So I'm going to pop the fairing at about 60 kilometers, I think. 70 kilometers. High enough that the camera should still get some higher imagery, but not low enough that it's going to cause us issue. That's my hope, at least. Whether or not it works like that, we will see. But yeah, I am skipping a little bit of my frames. It's not amazing. But it'll do. I'll probably have to tweak some settings off stream. That'll be fine though. Oh, somebody posted in pet pics. All right. Let's send this thing. Moderation. Wait. Did I press the right button? Moderation disabled. There we go. Okay. We'll pop that. We are running our experiments. Toggle info. Yeah. Okay. Oh, we reached really high. Probably should have cut the engine high, but that's fine. Hopefully. That's hopefully fine. Hopefully this is survivable. I'm not entirely convinced. I think we're going like Mach 4. Or we will be once we hit the part of the atmosphere that actually matters. But, yeah, let's despin. Oh, we're hypersonic. Tell you what. Y'all don't get to steer that much. Fuck. Alright. Alright. That's okay. Holy hell. Alright. We might want to configure those chutes differently, such that like 2 are drogues and 2 are mains. But I mean, this looks survivable-ish. Heavy emphasis on the ish, but we can make that work. I mean, that worked fine, actually. Okay. I might just keep it like that. I think if it ain't broke, don't touch it. Like, the fins fell off, and we had 4 parachutes deploy at a kilometer per second of speed, but God help me, if we can land, none of that matters. Oh. Dear Lord. Oh my God. Alright. Goldfisk 1. We'll add 2 of those to our assembly. And yeah. What the fuck is this? Oh, Parallax has a new button. I haven't played Kerbal in so long. That's why I figured, like, we should just start a new save, and then we can run it in Soul, and it will run better, ideally, and look better, definitely. And this way I get to record the whole series from start to finish. There was a lot that I didn't record early on of the previous series, just because I didn't expect it to get as far as it did. But, yeah, this is a save where I'm not going to do anything off camera. Like, everything will be recorded, even if it's not on stream. And I can hopefully start editing and, like, putting up, like, proper videos, because I should be having more time. So, if nothing else, VODs will be uploaded. So, nothing will go completely missing. Well, I will be right back, everyone. All right, I am back. Let's get going. All right, so those are done. We probably want more researchers. Okay. We can... Let's do that. Where does that put our budget at? Still in the green. Awesome. All right. Close. Drop a save. And warp. All right. We are probably going to hire some more engineers. once this is done, to staff the hangar. Okay. So let's go build Gumi. But yeah, I would like Gumi to be expandable all the way up to the role of breaking the Karman line, or flying through the Karman line. I don't know what you would actually call that. Jet trainer. What the fuck? Hello? I didn't know we got, like, stock. Wow. I don't want that, but thank you. Not stock, but included with RO. I didn't know we got any planes. Must just be because everybody hates fucking making planes because they're cowards. Oh. I did not notice the wings were bent downwards like that. I mean, it flies well, so I guess we'll keep it like that. But, yeah. What are y'all rated for? 5 minutes. Okay. 75. 25. 27. Okay. But yeah, I would like to basically just stretch the center body, change out the cockpit, possibly add some little tanks on the wings, and send this thing off to the races. At least so far as getting this thing to space is concerned. I'm going to go check what the air launch limit is, because I want this thing to not be overweight, but be as close to that limit as I can get it. But I need to know what that limit is. I think it is 7.5, but we're going to find out. This also gives me a chance that I can look at what the altitude ceiling for the X1 cockpit is unupgraded. I think it's 30 kilometers, but it might be even less. Like, I would think that it's pressurized because, dear God, it must be, but I don't know. God, the X1 was such a funky little plane. And our X1 is just going to be even more bulbous and even more funky and... God. Ugly little thing, but I like it. I like it that way. 7.5 tons, okay. What is your altitude ceiling, my friend? Unpressurized. 30 kilometers. Good lord, it is unpressurized. I don't know how you make a supersonic cockpit that you can fly in that's unpressurized. That may not be realistic. I don't know. But, yeah. Yeah, we're gonna have... I mean, I think the X1 got a lot of upgrades. All the way through E, I think? Which had, like, fully swept wings and, you know. was a very upgraded version of this. So I plan to do a similar thing. All right, save, launch, filled editor chunks. Okay, modify the hanger. Yes. Yes. How long is that gonna take? Construction. 2 days. Okay, that's not bad at all. Let's go handle that, and then we'll build this, and we will assign... Oh, we'll probably hire another 30 or 40 engineers. I think 37 is the maximum for this vessel, but it might be a little more, a little less. But we'll probably hire about 30 engineers to work on this. I reckon it's going to take a while. Planes tend to take longer to build. The trade-off being that, of course, you can fly them over and over, but... I don't know. I'm thinking that I'm probably going to start like less than 100 kilometers off the coast. I think it starts you by default like almost 1,000 kilometers off the coast, but that it does not have that kind of cross range. It does not have anywhere near that kind of cross range. But yeah, let's see. X1B, X1A. Okay, so they just upgraded them to get to higher and higher Mach numbers. Test, I don't know, thermal stuff. So it kind of did like pre-X15 stuff. Makes sense. It's what we're going to do with ours. Let's see. X1E was the result of the reconstruction of X12 in order to pursue the goals originally set for X1D. First and second generation of supersonic rocket planes, equipped with new low-pressure fuel system and a slightly increased fuel capacity. Okay. X1E maximum flight Mach of 2.24. Maximum endurance of 4 minutes, 45 seconds. Okay. $30 engineers on the engineer cap. That's fine, honestly. Cancel. I want to see what the difference between tooled versus un. That's like what, a month? Not even. We're not gonna tool it. There's no need for that. I mean, we're probably not building multiple of these. We don't even have a pilot yet. But yeah. All right. So yeah, but these like very ambitious goals, that's why I'm thinking 3 rocket engines. The other benefit there is just that we're not reliant on one engine. I think as long as 2 of these work, we probably can go supersonic. And as long as one of these works, which is pretty realistic in terms of burn time, at least. We should be safe to land without fuel. So we don't need the capability to like dump or anything. We can just, you know, rely on the engine itself to shed fuel as needed, which is good. But yeah. I think Miku is probably going to be our next jet. She will be the first supersonic, or our next X-plane. She'll be the first supersonic jet. She might fill Kaito's role as well in being like a high altitude plane. I think I would like that from her. But of course, designing a plane that can go both supersonic and high altitude subsonic is a bit of a tricky ask. It's not impossible. It's just hard. But yeah, we're going to save here. I want to hire, quite a few engineers. And assign all of them here. Let's see what that does to our budget. Not a ton. $112 days for that. 189 days for that. We're gonna assign the maximum that we can there. Just so that these are coming out as fast as they can. All right. Warp until ready. And then rollout of 11 days. That's not terrible. So year 2, day 33 is going to be our first launch. Well, day 34 technically, because I'm preferential to launching in the sunlight. But yeah, I am going to run to the restroom really quickly, and then we can get started again. See you in a sec. All right. Sorry about that. Let's launch our first sounding rocket. I feel like we're off to a faster start than we were in the previous save, but that might just be wishful thinking. I don't know. I'm hopeful that we can try and have something in orbit around 1955, 56 maybe. I do think getting crew into orbit is going to take a while longer than in real life because, of course, we're using dinosaur. But even that shouldn't take too long. File settings. It's saying to use a faster encoder. Let's see. That seems to maybe be good enough. That looks better. We'll keep an eye on that, but I think that looks better. Right, planetary photography started. Moderation disabled. And holy shit, sorry, I'm admiring those clouds. Fox lukewarm. Ignition sequence start. And we have an engine failure. Well, I'd much rather have that on the ground than have it in the air. Okay. Well, we are launching in the sunset. Let's try this one more time. Ignition sequence start. Whoops! Okay. Let's load that save. I thought it would reset my staging. Why would it do that? Oh, that's one for the blooper reel. Hopefully the failure gave us data. I don't think it did, though. I don't think on-the-ground failures help us any. Which is kind of bullshit, because you would think that failures on the ground would help you. Because you'd learn more, like, failure modes. And how to prevent them. But I guess it would just be a failure mode related to ignition, which isn't necessarily what test flight is. At least not on this engine. Because it can't relight or light in flight. I don't know. I still feel like they should help you a little bit. But at the end of the day, it's whatever. All right, we are back, I think. The loading's moving. Help. Revert to launch and try again. Okay. Roger that. That was not going to end well for anyone. Because I'm pretty sure that if we tried to take off, we would immediately explode. Which is not ideal. At all. But, yeah. Let's see. How are we doing on the encoding? We are still dropping encoding. Let me try and lower my bitrate. Output 4,500. Settings. Output. Let's do fast. Maybe. I mean, what res are we streaming in? Video 1080p. So not too terribly high. My God. We may just start like that if it is gonna prevent us from launching. Because it's a little ridiculous. But I think then we can't actually complete the first launch complex or contract because we won't technically have launched. Because the game thinks that we're on the ground. So I don't actually know what to do about this issue. Yeah. I don't know. It's a weird one. I've never had... I've had this, but I've never had it as a recurring glitch. Which makes me think that maybe it's something wrong with Soul? But it may very well not be. I don't know. Alright. Finally, we are done loading. Hopefully we don't spawn in the air. Nope. We are a full kilometer in the air. Alright. Well, we're just gonna rock and roll like this, I guess. I guess we just have to do it this way. I don't know. I'm also gonna set you, whoa, to not control that much. Because, God help me, we don't need to be, flying that hard. Alright. Okay, we can probably jettison that. And that's running, and that's running. And we can go ahead and stage these. Yeah, that worked last time. It'll probably work now. God fucking damn it. Stop making me have to ban people. Get the fuck off my channel. I don't know why I did clone high Kennedy for that, but... Alright, we'll turn on moderation. That'll probably be good. If there is anyone watching that is available to chat, how does the quality look? Because it's saying that I'm dropping like 1% of my frames, which does not seem like it's a big deal. And it looks mostly stutter-free on my end just watching it. But I can't tell if that's just because it's like local or something else. Okay. Pull this up just so that we know kind of what type of beast we're fighting here. All right. Mach 5.5, that's not too fast. It's not horrible. We're probably going to lose a wing here. Yep. Oof. Fuck. Alright. That is not how that happened last time, but that is very unsurprising. Damn. Okay. Okay. Maybe air brakes is the answer. Maybe air brakes. That's fine though. We got both of those. We probably broke our good share of records. Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. It's not amazing, but it's fine. God damn that sunset though. Good lord. Alright. Unfortunately, we are 700 kilometers up and traveling barely down, so we get to watch this sunset for a while. I guess that's good. I'll zoom out so that we can really enjoy it. But yeah, I hope stream quality looks good. It looks good on my end. So as far as I'm aware, we're doing all right. But yeah, Jesus, the debris path that the goldfish left. Oh well. Well, this is why we don't try to recover on the first launch. Or, well, we do try, but this is why we don't expect to recover on the first launch. As you almost never do. Okay. Alright. Well. No more recovering. For our first launch, that was pretty good. We got all of our scientific goals hit, and we broke a couple records. Wish we had launched a little sooner, but c'est la vie, as they say. I don't know. I think early year 2 for a first launch is not bad. I'm sure people have done it way, way, way earlier, but I wanted to build a first launch vehicle that actually is capable of giving us something useful and isn't just a bunch of baby sergeants or whatever the Tiny Tim. I think it's Tiny Tim, the little starting solid rocket motor. Sorry again that loading screens take so long. It's a soul thing. Game runs way better. You have way less lag, way less crashes, but the downside is it takes a year and a half to load. I'm sure that's something Fox is working on, though. Other than that, their mod runs wonderfully. And if not for my video encoder, I would really say that it runs perfect. But that's a my computer issue. All right. Whoa. I was trying to read that, but that's fine. A Goldfish 1 rocket has shot out of the atmosphere and into space on a mission of scientific discovery. For the first time, rocketry is not a weapon of hostile destruction, but an instrument to further our understanding of the universe. We are all hoping that as an age of world wars end, an age of cosmic discovery will begin, and this flight marks the beginning of an era where the stars will start to seem closer and closer. Hell yeah. 13 science! Jesus, okay. Very, very successful first launch. Let's research that. Let's get this. And we can actually get this as well. We can't quite get basic rocketry yet, but that is okay. And we're not going to have turbojets yet, but again, that's completely fine. All right. That's looking really good. So Gumi comes out next. 75 units. I think we have to actually have that unlocked right now. 75 units, that's probably the best thing we can do right away. Let's see if we can modify Goldfish 1 to launch with that. But yeah, how's everybody doing? I always ask at the beginning of the stream when nobody's actually watching, but I see we have a couple people watching. We can keep that as just kind of like a general service bay. That'd probably be smart. Service module. Do we need a service module to carry sounding rocket payload? I think we do. Let's see. Actually, you know what? I think we just need it to be pressurized. I think that's all it takes. I might be wrong in that. Nope, I'm not. Let's go. 75. Oh, we are completely okay. All right, take those off. Save edits. Unlock. Untold parts. I don't care. I don't think we need to tool the spherical tank that carries the payload. I don't think that's going to impact us that much. Who knows? Maybe it does. But I don't reckon. God, I might have to go make myself more espresso. Especially given I'm driving to a fucking party tonight at 8 p.m. Hour-long drive. Hopefully my girlfriend is well slept and will be able to stay awake for the drive and keep me company. If not, I will, I don't know, probably have a cup of coffee and blast My Chemical Romance and hope to not fall asleep behind the wheel. I don't know. I'm not that tired. I'm nowhere near that tired, but I always appreciate company while driving. Though lonely drives are fun sometimes. It all depends. Alright, so you are done in 79 days. That is good. You're done in 26. Let's hire a pilot. And also get a leader. We'll do that in a second. We're gonna get you. And I want you in this suit, I think. Can't decide between blue and brown. I think we'll do blue vintage suit. Okay. Staff. Oh, we have applicants. Hell yeah. Absolutely get those on scientists or researchers. Okay. State of the art. Awesome. That's where we want to be. So. We can drop a save, and then we will try and work on Gumi. Or try and fly Gumi, rather. Prep for air launch. Oh, yeah? 12 meters where it needs to be 5. I cannot, for the life of me, think of where that would be. Unless it's, like, twisted sideways or something? But why would it be? Are your dimensions right? Well, none of them are 12. So, no, probably not. Huh. Okay. That's fine. If for some reason we cannot get this thing to launch properly, then we are going to launch it improperly. I'd prefer to not have to do that though. But it does have a positive thrust to weight ratio, which means that we can just straight up fucking VTOL this thing. Again, really don't want to have to do that. God help me. But I will if RP-1's being tricky. I don't know. I'll probably head into the, God, if I can find a pen. I'll probably head into the tech tree. Or research and development facility, whatever we call it. And, I'll write down the specifications if it won't let me air launch it. And just make sure that it fits. And if we need to modify it slightly to make it fit. But, it's under the weight. And it should be well within the volume specifications. The only thing that I think would be too long would maybe be the tail. But even that, I don't... Unless this just has some ridiculous tail requirements, I don't think that we're over. We're just a little bit more, for lack of a more elegant word, chody. Then the X1. All right. Width times height times length of 12 by 6 by 13. All right. I do think that we're within that, but let me double check. Yeah. I don't know, we're more stout. We're a higher diameter, but even that, the diameter is only 1.5. All right. Height is 2.9. That's good. Width is 5.3. That's good. Length 14. No bueno. So that's the issue. Is it actually 14 though? 3 plus 2 plus 2. That's 7 plus this. I have a feeling that it is calculating our length based on these. Absolutely is. All right. Well, good news. Easy fix. Don't save. That is incredibly stupid. Incredibly stupid. But I will play by the rules. And I will scoot the decals forward. Or adjust them however works. But yeah. I don't know. Gumi is like such an ugly, quirky little plane, but Gumi is also such an ugly, quirky little Vocaloid, so like it works. I don't know. Other than Aya, Gumi might be my favorite in terms of like voice and design. But I don't know. I don't know. Okay. I might message the RP-1 devs that this issue exists. Because it definitely feels like one of those things that should not be in the game. Okay. All right. That is, I would say, within the limits. 12 by 6 by 13. Yep. All right. It's crazy that we could basically make a like a flying wing. Since our width and length allowance is pretty much the same. Honestly, making Miku, like our first supersonic jet, also a flying wing might be kind of fun. I know supersonic flying wings aren't necessarily the most realistic thing, but I've done it before. I've made a supersonic B2 ass flying wing. It just wasn't the best. I don't know, maybe. It's a tempting option. It also probably would be able to fly subsonic at a pretty high altitude. Maybe we make Kaito a flying wing. For like stratospheric research. Maybe. I don't know. I guess we're not air launching either of those, so we don't have to have them fit the volume requirements for air launch. Air launching a flying wing does sound very funny, though. Nazi bomber behavior. Didn't they have a flying wing thing? Yeah. Horton Ho 229? Of course, it flew like shit because trying to make a flying wing that is not fly-by-wire, it's not gonna end very well. But yeah, they were losing the war pretty bad and just started throwing shit at the wall. Oh, sorry about that. Oh, God. Gnarly cough. Alright. Save game. Save game. Air launch. Distance from Space Center. I'm thinking 75 kilometers should be more than enough. Or not more than enough, I guess. Since I think we're starting out here. Though I guess we could do this. 270. 90. Of course, now you have to make it so that you do have enough. But this way, if we have too much, we're landing on land at the very least. Yeah. Please don't die. And yes, absolutely give him a parachute. God, are you fucking kidding me? Is that even a question? Alright, let's try and not kill a pilot. Yeah, we might build a flying wing like this. Like a twin jet engine kind of deal. Probably not to break the sound barrier, but definitely as our first as our like stratospheric research jet. We could build it around a jet trainer cockpit. That would probably work pretty well. Why does it have doors in the nose? I'm looking at the design of this thing. It's bizarre. Oh my god, and they had a bigger one. It's powered by 6 jet engines. Good fucking lord. That's kind of cool. It would be fun to build. Yeah, maybe we do this. Maybe we do this. I don't know. I feel like flying wings aren't something that people do in RP-1, and therefore I want to do it. I want to build the weird and wacky and wonderful. It's kind of my whole thing. Okay. Here goes. This is why we have 3 engines. Because I knew something was going to fail. Okay. That is south. We have more land south, yeah? Cool. Angle this thing slightly. What the fuck was that? Interesting. Okay. We are gonna try for an altitude record of 30 kilometers. And a speed of 600 meters per second. We're not going to get anywhere near 30 kilometers, but for safety's sake, that's probably a good thing. We'll stick it at 20. All right. And I might try and bring this out along a kind of swinging turn to land it on the runway. Now, whether or not we can actually do that, God knows. I don't reckon we can. But I don't know, maybe? Maybe. These are supersonic wings, yeah? Yeah, okay. This isn't the craziest idea I've had then. Alright. Moderation enabled. We definitely want to not descend too fast. Because that could also cause quite a bit of hardship. But at the same time, we do need to get this thing turning. I'm gonna change... Let's allow for 3 Gs and 1 degree of side slip. Because then I can just hold the pitch button. I should not be at risk of destroying this thing. Okay, we're gonna go into locked camera. That'll help me line up with the runway a bit better. Okay, we are on final approach. Overshot a little bit. That's fine though. Okay. We will straighten out a little bit here. And all right, apply brakes. Don't know what the fuck that was. All right. Ooh, careful. Okay, we probably need landing chutes. That's fine. We have lost a control surface, which is alarming. I don't know how that's happened, but we would like to not have that be a recurring issue. That said, I think we are safely down. Clipped our wing a little, but overall, a successful flight. Technically a touchdown on the runway, but a well overshot landing. But considering we were fucking over here, bring this thing around, I think that was pretty okay. All right, recover to spaceplane hangar. For not even practicing landing that thing, that was pretty good. I was very worried about that, but that was pretty good. Yeah. I think we definitely could have hit a higher altitude. Happy time zone, beautiful people. Howdy, Bishimoda. Yeah, we have officially broken the sound barrier with crew, and we also broke the Carmen line today. Cat's finally let me off the couch. Yeah, I get it. I used to own cat, or a cat. I was gonna say cats, but I corrected myself. Yeah, I had a cat 2-3 years ago. 2 years ago, probably. Surely not that long. Gave it to my roommate when he moved out because she always liked him better. And yeah, now I'm living with my girlfriend who's wildly allergic to cats. So I'll probably never own a cat again. But I love cats. They do make me sick, though. I am also allergic. Okay. And done. And resume. With the expert skills of Lynn Flores, X-1 Gumi has traveled faster than the speed of sound. This experimental aircraft pushed through the immense turbulence of the transonic regime to surpass this impressive milestone. With the rate of progress at this new space program, new milestones are sure to follow. Hell yeah. Nice. All right. We were not running crew science there. Probably should have been. Usually it goes the other way, cat's own you. Yeah. I don't know. I'm more of a dog person myself. But I'm also just like a why should I have to choose person? Like, I like cats, I like dogs. Both are good options. But yeah. Okay. Well, we have Gumi in the hangar. We will have the next Goldfisk in about a month. Let's edit Gumi and try and patch her up. I'm gonna either put speed brakes on it or parachutes or both. I'm thinking parachutes though. That way, if we really get into trouble, we can just land with the fucking parachutes. I really hope that it doesn't come to that, but it could, hypothetically. And let's see. Put them on mirrored. Standard control. Don't control yaw. You don't control roll that much and don't control yaw. And then you only control yaw. There we go. There we go. All right. Let's... Oh my god, the lag. Yeah, if there's any weird lag, it's just because we're using Soul, which runs beautifully while in flight, but does tend to lag with like menus open. That may or may not be related to Soul. That might just be something I did wrong in my install. But either way, it's just a thing that is happening right now. I said hopefully stream is not lagging that badly. If it is, just let me know. I'm planning on rewatching the VOD and basically seeing how bad things are. But at least on OBS's end, it doesn't look horrible. Like, we're definitely dropping frames, but it's not a killer amount. Wait for Kerbal to respond. Don't crash. But yeah, our next jet, we can probably start on pretty soon, is going to be Kaito. What is Soul? Soul is a mod made by Ballistic Fox? Arctic Fox? Let me see what their username is. I think it's Ballistic Fox. Ballistic Fox. It is basically a replacement for RSS VE, but also just for RSS in general. It runs way better. It has 128k textures. It's brilliant. It's wonderful. I love it. And it's basically just made from the ground up to take advantage of all the latest features that Copernicus and others have added. as you can see, it's still in beta. There's still some glitches, but yeah, it looks better and it runs better than RSS on most people's machines. If I tried to run RSS with these mods, it would crash my fucking computer. But meanwhile, Soul runs at 60 FPS most of the time. So yeah, if you want to download Soul, you have to go to the the Soul Discord, I think. But I can actually, well, if I had the link handy, I could drop it, but I don't. Low space film return might be nice. Oh, I meant to do this. Yeah, accept that. Cool. Mach 2 supersonic. Oh, that's jet. Okay, we can't do that yet. We can definitely do that. How beefy does your system have to be to run it? Yeah, I have an RTX 2070 and a 3700 X CPU and 48 gigs of RAM. I will say, it crashed my computer at first just because of the RAM. That really is the biggest thing. But you can adjust your page file size, which is like basically the storage that your computer uses to dump your RAM when you run out. And that pretty much fixes everything. That said, I am dropping frames on stream. That part is just my graphics card is not big enough. Refresh the browser. Got it. Stratospheric research. Altitude above 2200. Speed less than 300. Okay. That is a tough goal to hit. But we might be able to do that. Let's try. I want to try and build a flying wing and see if it can do those things. God knows if it can. But yeah. Also, welcome to the channel, Hey Socks. I don't think I've ever seen you around. Shameless plug. Go. Ugh. But yeah, this is my new RP-1 save. It is pretty similar to my old RP-1 save. The main difference being this one fucking Soul. But we're still naming all of our X-Planes after Vocloids. Which is a thing that my girlfriend started, kind of, sort of, and I just like it a lot, so. We probably want early wings on this one. Okay. Thickness. About like that. About like that. Yeah, it is lagging in the VAB, which is strange. I don't really understand that. Let's proc tank this. Smooth cone. Yeah, something like that. Aluminum fuselage. Something like that. Okay. Let me look at the shape of this thing. So this one kind of had a, this kind of thing going on. Which I like, actually. Oops. What is this? Horton Ho 229. Cool. All right, and then we will have. We need a cylinder tank. And we need air intakes. Pitot intakes. How does your intake look? I don't understand this thing. Oh, okay. It just kind of does that. That'll probably work. This thing's weird as shit. And then I reckon it had engines. Yeah, kind of in a similar config. Funnily enough. Except they were kind of like this, maybe? And then... something kind of like that. This thing looks so fucking stupid. Oh, I love this. I love this. Okay. God help me. This is a weird ass plane. Now, unlike the real one, I'm giving it a tail. I don't fly planes without tails. 710, 320. 710. And 320. I don't know. You can technically get tailless planes to work in RP-1. I just don't know how to. I don't really care to learn. TBH. Let's see. I want to move these like down a little. And then like that. I think that looks like it'll maybe just about work. Let's see what Ferrum thinks. Transonic design. Oh, yikes. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Negative 10 to 10 at Mach. Oh, God. Not 0.6, maybe? Sweep angle. That looks pretty damn stable. That is doing exactly what you want a plane to do. Which is great, actually. So, yeah, we're gonna give this thing a little bit of control surfaces here. But, yeah. What was this? 245, 105. That looks good. All right. And we're gonna do a hollow cylinder type thing. There we go. Now I'm down to 3 seconds lag. Much better. Okay. Yeah, it's not horrible. I almost... Let's see. Intake. What do we got? Yeah, we don't have any, of the intake ramp parts. I also hate adulting, but I have to handle my laundry as soon as I'm done with stream because I keep promising my girlfriend I'll do it. So I feel you. All right, let's try this maybe. Like, it doesn't have that weird 50s look, but it'll probably work better. All right. Uh, 1.399. Or 0.348. That's what we're targeting. Okay. Yeah. Weird looking fucking plane, but oh, if it works, it works. And that's all that matters, right? Landing gear small. Yeah, flip those around. Okay. And then small landing gear here. Right, and we are targeting an altitude of 22 kilometers. This plane, which is a little absurdist. Oh, okay. Remove tanks. Let's put like this one and this one with fuel in them, and then we'll fill up this one too, but just like a tiny bit. Actually, what we can do is we can put like beryllium for ballast in this. Maybe. I don't know. I think, like, dare I say it, I think we're okay. I think we're okay. We're gonna try it like this, and if we're not okay, we will figure it out. But I think we are okay. $9.5 is probably good. Okay. Save. And then let's get a pilot in this and let's ride. Oh, it doesn't look like we're dropping frames anymore. Interesting. Don't know what that's about, but interesting. Right. Also, I'm not getting the encoder overloaded message. So I must have fixed it when I was just kind of dicking around with the settings. Which is good, because I didn't know what the problem was. I was a little scared. I'm really hoping that we can do this contract with a fucking flying wing. I think that would be so cool. I mean, they handle altitude pretty well. It's no U2, or is it the, yeah, it's no U2, but maybe. Okay. These running. Oh, fuck. Whoa. Alright. Revert to launch. I forgot to lock the steering on the wheels. The other thing is that we have room, technically, to extend the wing a good bit, if we need to do that. Now, I feel like we're probably okay. But we'll see. That kind of pitch up was almost the pitch up of like, this thing has its center of mass behind its center of lift, which was worrying. But that may not be the case. We shall see. God, I love your little channel emotes, Bishimoto. I need to bust out the Illustrator and actually make my own channel emotes. It'd probably be good. I also need to make a new avatar. This one's from like 6 years ago, back when I actually looked like that. Back from before I transitioned, actually. But I don't know. I want to get back into vector art and make myself a new avatar that's a little bit more like me. Okay, brakes, steering lock, steering lock, limit the hell out of your steering. Let's also motor lock you, since we really don't want to be pushing that too much. Okay. Let me try air launching it and seeing if that is stable. Because if it's stable air launching, then it isn't a takeoff issue. It's just a like landing gear issue. But that doesn't feel like what's happening here. It feels like this is like a center of mass, center of lift situation, which could actually be really, really dangerous. Okay. Attitude adjustment, maybe? Center of mass, center of lift. Air launch. No? Whoa. It is very, very, very sensitive on the pitch axis, it looks like. Might be the problem. Actually, can't tell. Let's see. Because center of mass is definitely above the center of lift. I wonder if it is these trying to control yaw predominantly, and that's causing an issue. I don't know. Let me try takeoff again. And I'm just going to set the pitch authority to be really, 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 really small. And we'll see if that works. Because I'm kind of thinking that's going to be the problem here. Now, stall recovery in this thing is also going to be a bitch. And that could also be a problem. Standard control. 2.5 degrees. Steering lock, motor lock. Steering lock, motor lock. Very low steering on that. Send it. I also want to keep an eye on this gear stress. Oh my god, we have collidable fucking... Yikes. Okay. Here's what we're gonna do. Here's what we're gonna fucking do. I am gonna adjust the gear so that we're a little bit higher. I did not know that we had collidable trees. We might have to turn that off. Yeah. Okay. There's a couple things I want to change here, actually. Let's see, 950. $950. We want big round wings. Honestly, hold on. What is, let's see, 631. Okay. Okay. So let's get your wheel extension and then gear. Pop you out. Trade you out for this. And let's go ahead and motor lock, steering lock. Good, good, good. You are going to have very low steering. Your motor's going to be locked. And you, my friend, are going to have quite an extension. We don't need you to be anywhere near this big. I think 0.9 is probably adequate. And just extend the fuck out of that. Okay. And we'll actually put these down a little bit. And there we go. That should be good. Save. And let's simulate. Actually, now let's simulate. All right. We might actually even go a little over. I'm feeling pretty good to stream a little while longer. We might do like 5:30 or 6 instead of 5. Cuz I'm enjoying myself. I'm having fun. I might should have removed the beryllium from the nose. Not sure it matters, but what in the fuck? What the fuck? Oh my god. Revert to launch. Oh my god, we only have the blummin' wing extension on one side. Okay, that's gonna cause some issues. Let me hop back into the hangar and fix that. Okay. Yeah, we only have this on one side. Alright. Revert to spaceplane hangar. Or else this thing's gonna fly like shit. I guess that gives me an opportunity to remove the, beryllium. So that could be nice. Wonder if I can disable colliders from inside the parallax menu. I feel like I ought to be able to. Let's see. Restart required. Bloody hell. Okay. I'm sorry, did that just turn into the bald cat? Anyone else see that? Like, looking at stream. What the fuck made it do that? Yeah, it did. What the fuck? Okay. Interesting. Okay. Menus. Menus are really bad with this mod for some reason. Tank UI. Is this the one that has beryllium? I thought it was. You have kerosene in you. Our center of lift was like all the fuck the way back here. So I don't think we need to be worried about that. I actually, tell you what, rotate that like this. Put those there. And we will set you to be able to control yaw, a little bit of pitch. You to be able to control pitch, a little bit of roll. But only have like 5 degrees of rotation. Any more and you get yourself into trouble. Save and simulate. I'm hoping that this works. Because if I can get Kaito to be a flying wing, that'd be sick. Copper Spikes. Hey, Lucy. Hey. How's it going? Yeah, we are designing our, like, stratospheric research plane. I'm kind of thinking that I could make it a flying wing, and that would be cool. So yeah. I'm probably streaming for another hour or so. It's what I'm feeling at least. And then, unfortunately, after that, I have to go. As I'm driving me and my partner to a party an hour away. It starts at 8, so I need to be able to, like, get my makeup and shit on. And also get ready, because there's like a dress code. It's a friend of mine's golden birthday, so there seems like it's gonna be very fancy. I don't think I did anything for my golden birthday. That's not true. I smoked, or I didn't smoke weed, but I did weed for the first time for my golden birthday. Cause yeah, my golden birthday was the 20th. And so I, realizing that I've never been a rebellious teenager, was like, fuck, I gotta get high right now. And so I did. Which is funny as fuck in hindsight, and honestly was pretty funny then. Okay. Release the brakes. Yeah, I mean, our center lift is plenty far back. Let's see. Moderate angle of attack to like 10? Maybe? Moderate G to 2. Side slip 1, side G 2. See, it's just doing that. Why is it doing that? Interesting. I don't know. I don't know why this is doing this. I don't know what the problem is. But it's probably okay. But it's annoying. It's fixable probably, but it's annoying. Okay. I wonder if it's the engines. No? Shouldn't be. In fact, they should actually be helping us. Or no, they are harming us. Yeah, what if we put our engines like that, where they're causing a pitch down moment, and then we have to fight that. That might help. Let's try that. Let's try that. We can't make it that extreme though. There we go. God, this just looks so strange for some reason. I might just take these off flat out. Okay. Let's try this. But yeah, I don't know. It's nice. They're a friend of ours from high school, actually. Our high school friend group stuck together pretty well. I kind of love that because I'm going on 6 years out of high school, and we're still meeting up pretty regularly. I mean, a couple times a year, pretty regularly for adults. Me and my partner actually met in high school, which is also kind of funny. Of course, didn't start dating until recently. Well, I can't really say recently anymore, can I? It's been like going on 9 months. But yeah, it's nice having friends that you've had for that long. Even if you don't hang out with them a ton. But yeah, for those just tuning in, this is Soul. This is going to be our new RP-1 save. Soul is a mod that kind of replaces RSSVE and RSS completely. It runs way better. It looks way better. Problem is, my loading screens have been very, very long. But it does run pretty well. So, all right. I'm almost wondering. I'm almost wondering if we're taking off at like too low of a speed. Maybe that's the issue? Let's see. Like B2 takeoff speed. I need that in meters per second. Knots to meters per second. 100 meters per second. Maybe we need to be going faster. Because I feel like we're taking off right sort of before we would normally stall. And so when it's doing that and it's pitching up, we're losing speed and we're suddenly stalling. I feel like maybe that's what's happening. I don't know. I don't know enough about flying wings to diagnose this fully. Whatever it is, it's weird and it's annoying, and I wish it would stop. But I don't know. Okay. Maybe I give it, like, more pitch authority. Let's see if that's the problem. I'm gonna try and take off a little faster now. Nope, it is taking itself off at this point. Why would a flying wing do that? Because, yeah, I didn't actually press on the controls at all there. Huh. Let's see. KSP, flying wing, flipping after takeoff. I don't know. Let's put, like, mega heavy shit in here, right? Yeah, like 2 tons of beryllium in the front should really push it down. I would think, at least. Okay. Yeah, and, like, it has the center of lift here, but that's not what's actually happening. The center of lift is remaining behind. I don't know. Let me see if, like... Whoops. Okay. Let's see if that that works. I also might just make it heavier. Let's try this, maybe? I don't know. I almost want to extend these so that they're just straight up level. Or as close as I can get them. I'm going to do that. Let's give this a simulation. Maybe it works, maybe it doesn't. I don't know. I am feeling quite lost at the issues this is presenting. Ow. Damn. Sorry if y'all could hear that. That was my elbow. All right. Like, the center of mass is here. I was saying it was, like, here. I think. But, whatever. Okay. Let's revert to launch. I'm gonna... because I can't turn off collisions without restarting the game, and I don't want to restart the game, so I'm gonna try and wheel this thing off of the runway and take off the other direction. I think that will work. I'm not 100% sure, but that's the best I got. Okay. Talking with Fox, apparently it is not a sole issue that is causing these loading times. It is a whatchamacallit, parallax issue. Okay. Pardon me while I 2-point turn this. I guess we could take off this way, actually. I'm just gonna very gently roll it. Okay. Motor lock. Motor lock. Engine start. Whoops. Fly yourself properly. Fuck. Or do I not have... Oh, that's what it was. That's what it was. Well, it flies. Alright. I'm gonna revert to spaceplane hangar, because if it's gonna take a while anyway, I might as well just turn it sideways, and then we can take it off as we were. Okay. That is really good news. It just straight up works now. So I guess it was a center of mass thing. It was either a center of mass thing or it was a just total weight thing. But I get the feeling it was a center of mass thing. So I will get this working, and then we can see about optimizing it to try and get it to be as light as possible. That's a 13 tons for an hour of flight time at a thrust to weight ratio of like 0.4 to 0.9 or whatever. Isn't horrible. I think it might be good enough. We will have to see. We may just straight up need better jet engines. That is an okay thing to admit. But if I can get by, I would like to start stratospheric research like as soon as possible. Because then it's just a matter of we're doing a bunch of different types of flight until we can do the X-15, essentially. Because this will be Kaito. We'll get Kaito doing stratospheric. We'll have Gumi doing rocket research. And we'll have Miku doing supersonic jet research. And we'll just run those over and over and over and over and over again until we successfully complete all of the data. And then we go hypersonic. I will say Gumi will be modified with the X-15 cockpit to try and get into space. that will be the final evolution of the X1, is a space plane that is operational asterisk. But I want to see if we can fly this thing to 22 kilometers. I think that that's a reasonable goal to shoot for, and well within the reach of at least the airframe. Okay. 8-degree angle of attack should be good. Alright. For now, we fly north. Okay. Get surface info pulled up. That way I can see my rate of climb a little bit more precisely. We probably will need to strip it down, make it lighter in order to get anywhere near 20 kilometers. But I don't know, maybe. Probably near the speed limit of the airframe, honestly. I don't care how slow we're going as long as we can maintain level flight. And keep climbing. Which, right now, we're climbing pretty healthily. That said, we're losing climb. So I do think that there's going to be a pretty hard limit to the altitude we can get the thing to while it's like this. But stretch the wing a little bit, lighten the load, and we should be okay. I don't think I have hyper edit. I don't. I just accidentally deployed the gear. Whoops. Oh, why the fuck does it look like that? There we go. View isn't terrible. I don't know, I said the thing was falling pretty fast, but it really is not. The climb is actually holding pretty solid given everything else. I'm pretty confident saying that this probably could hit the altitude if we wanted it to. Oh, I don't know if she heard me. Sounded like my partner was standing outside, and I was trying to tell her that it's okay to come in. Yeah, we'll probably empty this one of beryllium. That'll probably be good. I would also, once we reach our top altitude, I want to try and abort and see how that goes. Let's see. If I nose down, our climb actually starts increasing again. Interesting. Okay. I mean, that makes sense. We're gaining speed. We're gonna gain climb. Eight kilometers ain't terrible. I mean, it's easily the highest we've gotten a jet. Then again, this is our first jet, so I guess it's not saying anything. Oh, my earbud died. I do wonder if we can just straight up hit 20 kilometers with this like it is. I doubt it, but maybe. I don't know. We also need way less kerosene in this thing. Like, I think a takeoff weight around 10 tons would probably be a little bit more appropriate. And a dry weight around 6, 7. And then maybe we do put the wing extensions on. I mean, we're flying pretty easily at 10 kilometers. Like, we're definitely losing speed, but we're not losing it fast. Considering this is 4 times time warp. I think this might be well doable. Which is really shocking, given how poorly this was flying just a couple minutes ago. Yeah. God damn. Oh shit, we have like airports. Whoa. Whoa. We have like LAX and shit. Wow. Let's see, can we find the New Orleans airport? Okay, that's Florida. That's Mobile. That's Gulfport. I think it is MSY. I don't know why it's MSY, but I think MSY is the, let's see, MSY Airport. Louis Armstrong Airport. Yep, that's us. That's like half an hour from my house. Probably not even. I don't know. Half an hour if you're actually trying to fly. If you're just driving through, it's like 10 minutes. That's how that works, right? Alright. We are losing speed quite a bit faster now. But we're still climbing pretty quick. Sorry this is probably boring as shit to watch, y'all. I definitely want those wing extensions though. We'll make that happen. And it wants us to be pretty slow for these, I'm pretty sure. I didn't accept the contract, so I don't know what the exact parameters are, but I want to say it was like the top speed allowable was like 220 meters per second. This thing's well under that. We're not even at altitude yet. Hey. You want to see Kaito? Weird ass flying wing. I can't decide if this is Kaito or Miku, but what do you think? Okay, the other one's a fighter jet. Miku being a fighter jet, I think is just like, it's good shit. But yeah, this is our like upper atmosphere research plane thing. So I'm kind of just trying to see how high I can get it, because it needs to hit 20 kilometers and we're about halfway there. Yeah, we're not gonna be able to get there. We need to lighten this thing. That's okay. We need probably an hour and a half of fuel and less beryllium ballast. I think a takeoff weight of 10 tons is good. Okay. And then we do this. $320, $150. Okay. Okay. Let's see what this bad boy's capable of. After this, probably ending stream. So. I want to try air launching it though, just to skip this initial phase of very slowly climbing. At this point, I already know it can get to the altitude that it needs to get to for air launch, so this will just make that easier. right. Oh, that's much better. Oh, that is so much better. Brilliant. Howdy, ePleb. You came by pretty much at the end of the stream. I'm trying to get this thing to 22 kilometers. I don't know that I'm going to be able to succeed, but we are giving it a good go. I might need better engines, honestly. I mean, 7 kilonewtons up here is pretty, pretty pitiful. But, I don't know. We shall see. Howdy, Texas. Hey, that's Louisiana, first of all. I don't know. It really depends on what this thing's stall speed is. Louisiana. Yeah, close enough. I've met people that pronounce it as such. I mean, 15 kilometers is not bad. It's not high enough, though. It's nowhere near high enough. Everyone on that state is always miserable, at least when I am there. In Louisiana? You must be in, like, North Louisiana, then. You gotta come to, like, the New Orleans area. Then people aren't miserable, they're drunk. I wish Ferrum would tell me what my calculated stall speed is. Because, like, surely it's advanced enough to do that. Surely. Ah, for fuck's sake. Oh, we can't even take this cockpit this high. God fucking damn it. Okay, well, we are going to rapidly climb. Yeah, 16.7 seems to be the highest this thing can hit. We need better engines and a better cockpit, and then I think we're in business. I'm gonna try this. No, it seems to really not like that. Okay. Well, the idea doesn't seem at least, or entirely bad. It seems like it's at least somewhat usable. Okay. Well... Alright. Should have put a robot in it. I don't need to go to New Orleans to be drunk. I'm not saying you do. I'm just saying if you want to be in the fun part of New Orleans, you go to... Or the fun part of Louisiana, you come here. Yeah, I think that's going to be it for today. That was a really good stream. Helped me answer all of the questions about performance I had. And, yeah. Overall, I will call that a success. Anyway, I'm gonna get off. I will probably be streaming sometime next week. I don't have work until, like, Wednesday. So maybe a stream Monday or Tuesday. But, yeah. Anyway, until then, I will see you all around. Thanks for coming.